Hi people, Moino from Bakiri, as always and as usual. Yeah, I'll be covering another Goetic spirit. It's gonna be number 60, Vapula or Naphula. The 60th spirit is Vapula or Naphula. He's a duke, great, mighty, and strong, appearing in the form of a lion with griffin's wings. His office is to make men knowing in all handicrafts and professions, also in philosophy and other sciences. He governed 36 legions of spirits, etc., etc. One moment. Yeah, so yeah, let's dive right in. His appearance, according to the description, is correct. He does indeed appear like a lion with griffin's wings. And when you talk to him, communication takes place telepathically for the most part. So his lips don't move, his lion lips. Um, Again, just a male, quote unquote, just a male lion, similar to a sphinx, but instead of a sphinx, it's a lion with white griffin-looking wings, just plain white wings, but looking as the wings of a griffin, so not angelic looking or anything like that. And speaking of that, Vapula or Naphula is a pagan god. He was worshipped by um, the the Phoenicians and hold on, let me see who else. Yeah, the Philistines and the Phoenicians. He was worshipped by the Philistines and the Phoenicians and surrounding cultures and the regions, regardless of times or time period. It's just plain and simply put in a time period that they were active, and he was worshipped and or worked with by the working class primarily. So hence his description stating that he can make you knowing in all handicrafts and professions, philosophy and other sciences, all of which are true, okay, within the context of which I'm about to explain. So that's just what you need to remember. Pagan god worshipped by the thingy Philistines and Phoenicians and surrounding cultures, regardless of time period. Just plain and simply when these cultures were active, when these civilizations were active in their existence. And that's how he appears. Like I said, lion with griffin's wings. Now, as for his description, last but not least, like I said, it is correct. Vapula is Saturnian. He corresponds to the zodiac sign Aquarius or aligns with such, with a considerable Capricornian influence. So, like really Saturn all the way. With just a mixture of influences, honestly. Martian, Mercurial, and Plutonian influences. So everything is correct in regards to handicrafts. Yes, that's correct, but there is a danger of that's where the Martian influence comes into play. The Martian influence sees to it that he can bestow that ability upon you, that you can become good with handicraft related items like stuff they sell on Etsy, making bracelets, keychains, and stuff like that. But the drawback is that there is a chance of you contracting minor injuries when doing so. Think of like basic stuff people go through. You're fastening a bracelet and you by accident briefly like prick yourself or similar. Quite minor, honestly. Something like the equivalent of stubbing your toe. Now, as for the other professions, philosophy, other sciences, etc., the mercurial aspect sees to that, the mercurial influence coupled with the the main Aquarian influence. So by default, you obviously need to use Saturnian correspondences. There is no specific profession, simply anything that requires, which is the case for any profession, honestly, or any objective, anything you want to accomplish, profession-wise or otherwise, requires you to be ambitious. It requires you to have a considerable amount, at the very least, a considerable amount of self-discipline, and to simply have the metaphorical balls to see something through. Okay, specifically some hardships that are associated with, for example, running your own business or anything like that. The drawback, that's where the Plutonian influence comes into play or enters the fray, is that it's not meant for massive consumption, your objective or your venture in nature, your profession, whether it's business or otherwise, just an independent profession. So think of when working with Vapula, and you're working towards an objective, as in I want a better job, or I want a job that pays well, or I want my own business and I want to be able to run it well and whatnot, and to see to it that everything goes well, I make a lot of money, I get a lot of customers, yada yada yada, and the quality of my wares are good, yeah, Vapula will bestow all the aforementioned traits upon you: the ambition, the drive, the strength of will to see things through in terms of the aforementioned hardships associated with the aforementioned professions, and or objectives and or ventures. But the only drawback is, like I said, where the Plutonian influence enters the fray or comes into play, is that it's not meant for example, your business, as aforementioned, is not, it's not, don't expect it to turn into a multinational conglomerate. Don't expect it to turn into Google, don't expect it to turn into Microsoft. These are extreme examples, but you know what I mean. So the extent of which Vapula can help you or Naphula can help you is a mom and pop store. You're going to be a sole proprietor running your sole proprietary or a small business that caters to, by global standards, obviously a very small group of people or a select group of people. But don't expect your business to expand into some kind of monstrous empire, if you will. So the focus is purely on quality and narrowness, but not narrowness meant in a negative way. Narrowness as in selectiveness, just like I described. And let me see, what else did the description say? In terms of philosophy, yeah, that's also correct, but correct in a neutral context. And other sciences, yeah, that's pretty much it. You can ask Vapula anything, but understand that philosophy, theology, anything that counts as a liberal science, essentially, something that that requires a lot of speculation and whatnot. His ability for bestowing those abilities upon you is neutral. Like on a scale of 0 to 10, expect it to be a 6. It's average. Okay. Only with a considerable amount of hard work will you exceed that level of mediocrity, I want to say, or just better put, averageness. But for the rest, yeah, just to remember, like I said, Vapula would be excellent for someone that, for example, wants to start up a business, but a small business, for example, a business where you are, so a sole proprietary, where you're the only one running the business, you're the only one running the show, or a business that has like 5 to 10 employees, or like let's just say, ballpark number around 20, 24. Okay, even 24 is pushing it a bit. Let's just say 20, 15 would be the conventional maximum. So like I said, compared to, by global standards or to global standards, a small business, a mom and pop store kind of business, just a simple store or similar or equivalent. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me see if I missed anything else. No, that's all. Bye bye.